Do you want to know the real secrets to catch monster cats that most anglers never talk about? Stay tuned. Here we go. Today we're going deep into the catfishing underground, from bait selection to location secrets and rigging techniques. You don't want to miss what's coming up. So let's start with the perfect catfish spots. Most fishermen pick the wrong spots and can waste hours waiting for a single bite. So here are the most underrated catfish gold mines. First is drainage ditches that lead into rivers. These spots carry a lot of nutrients, which attract baitfish and in turn attract big catfish. Next is submerged logs and trees and rock piles and boulder clusters in slower moving waters, because catfish love to hide in shadows, especially flatheads that love to ambush prey from tight spaces. And believe it or not, when you're urban catfishing, city drainage ponds and spillways hold huge beast mode catfish because they're rarely fished aggressively. Now's a great time to like this video, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss out on our next great video. And now let's talk about night versus day catfishing strategies. If you want to catch trophy blue catfish and flatheads, nighttime is when the real giants roam and feed most aggressively. And of course, you can still catch cats during the day when you focus on deep holes. And especially in summer when the sun is shining bright, drop-offs. That's where cats are going to retreat to underwater shade, near rock formations and brush piles, and sunken trees to stay cooler. And a secret tip is to always cast upstream and let your bait drift naturally so that it best mimics injured prey, which is what triggers aggressive strikes from monster cats passing by. Okay, now let's have some real fun. Here's all the best bait secrets to catch more massive catfish every time out. Live bait, bluegill, shad, skipjack, and even smaller bullheads and carp are always going to attract the biggest catfish, especially flatheads. But make sure using live bait is legal by you first. And you always want to hook the fish up front or up through the lips, because flatheads and most predatory fish tend to attack prey head first. Hooking it this way is also going to keep the fish alive longer, and it'll swim more naturally. Here's another really great hack I bet you'd never heard of. It's to add a pinch of salt to the bluegill holding bucket, which keeps the gills especially super active. More movement will always mean more strikes, so don't forget to try that hack. And another great bait recipe that works really well for channel catfish, no matter where you fish, is to make a real stinky, protein-packed meat concoction that all cats find real hard to resist. So all you do is mix up some rotten chicken breast and meat scraps that you've had spoiling out in the sun for a few days until they almost move on their own. Then you soak them in cherry Kool-Aid, the right combination of flavor and scent. And you can make your own stink bait too by blending together hunks of fresh bloody chicken liver, adding some garlic powder and canned tuna in oil, and then you just add in some oatmeal or flour to bind it all together into balls or chunks. You freeze them so they stay on the octopus hook better when you first cast them out. Boom, that's the recipe. And of course, if you're fishing for blue catfish, you can cut up big 6 to 7 inch chunks of bluegill or skipjack or carp, good oily fish, and get them down on the bottom and in the deepest pools, drop-offs, and crevices in the lake. And if you're fishing for channels or bullheads in smaller ponds, frozen cheese-filled hot dogs can't be beat. Because of the combination of fat, salt, cheese, and protein, it's second to none for channels in confined ponds with fewer natural food sources. Okay, now that we know where to find the biggest cats and what to feed them, let's rig up like a pro. Our all-time favorite catfish rig is the Santee Cooper rig, which is also referred to as a controlled drift rig, which uses a peg float about 6 inches up from your circle hook to keep the baits just off the bottom when you've got a lot of debris or tangled vegetation on the floor. And the simple slip sinker rig or modified Carolina rig is widely used and highly effective whether you're river fishing or out on a real deep lake or reservoir after blues and flatheads. Just use a 3-ounce sinker to make sure she gets down to the bottom without fail every time. In terms of terminal tackle, most people use the wrong size hooks, which will lead to not landing each species properly. For channels and bullheads, a 3/0 to 4/0 octopus circle hook is always best, and if you're targeting monster flatheads and blues, you want to use a larger 7 to 8/0 circle hook to ensure that you can properly land the giants every time. And finally, we always recommend at least 50-pound braided line for catfishing. It's super strong, abrasion resistant, has no stretch or memory, and yet is still very sensitive so you feel everything the catfish is doing down below. Okay, we hope you're still with us and you've gotten a lot of great tips and hacks from the video so far that you can put into use in your next fishing trip. So let's cover some advanced catfishing tricks and hacks that if you do right and consistently will lead you to catching more and bigger catfish every time out. First is to chum the water if chumming's legal by you, which is throwing pieces of the bait you're going to be using upstream, which allows you to go catfish hunting before you ever cast out. We also like to throw out wet dog food or canned tuna with lots of oil to get catfish coming to investigate from over 100 yards away. And sound matters. They got insanely good hearing underwater thanks to their Weberian apparatus, which is like a sound and vibration chamber they use to detect even the slightest of movements nearby. So if you're using lures to catch catfish, pick ones with loud noises and rattles and vibration or clicking, which will mimic struggling or wounded prey, because more times than not, that's going to target a reactionary strike from catfish from all species. And if you're fishing rivers that hold flatheads and blues, find the river bends with deeper pools, because these bad boys love to camp out like clockwork there. There you have it, friends. You now have some of the best hardcore catfishing secrets in the business, ones that even the pro anglers like to keep to themselves. So whether you're out chasing trophy blues and flats or sneaky pond channels, these tricks and tactics are going to guarantee you more and bigger hookups every time. If you liked this video, please hit the like button, share it with your fellow fishing enthusiasts, and hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay updated with all of our expert fishing tips, tricks, tutorials, gear reviews, and expert advice to up your catfishing game and improve your skills and knowledge. So join our community of passionate anglers today, and you'll never miss out on all these valuable insights. Tight lines, my friends. We'll see you out on the water really soon. Happy fishing. And please drop us a comment. Let us know what you thought about this video, okay? Okay, folks, thanks for watching. Please like this video, hit the subscribe button before you leave, and don't forget to enable your bell notifications so you never miss another great video coming your way.